You got to play this smart. Think about your player safety before anything else, because again, if your thought was you're going to try to get a win, that didn't work out. Do you think it was a smart decision by Buffalo to start Josh Allen and creating a unnecessary risk going forward?
I mean, it looked like it did not affect him throwing. I know it was a UCL injury, which is in your elbow. It looked like the man had a brain injury because he was making some dumb plays out there. To get off on a short little tangent here, the way one of my coworkers explained it was, in order to be a great quarterback, he's got the level of talent, and as you get older, then you're slowly getting the wisdom. His talent is here, his wisdom's here. He hasn't fully balanced the scales yet on it. His wisdom still needs to work on. Because you saw in that interception, that game-winning interception, Devin Singletary's wide open in the screen. It's a 2-yard dump pass. Anybody can make that. So, I mean, I don't know why he's going in the end zone when it was, 2nd and 10? You throw it to Singletary, that's an easy first down, and probably...
Hey, that Singletary guy's a pretty good player, right? Like I mentioned.
Yeah, he's pretty good. You should probably utilize him in your game plan more often.
Mm-hmm.
I know he had the one injury where he was down for a little bit. So... Okay.
Wow, really? Well, I appreciate that, Ben. I don't know.
I think we got rated.
I got apparently with something rated there. I don't know, bro. We just be chilling over here, but appreciate you, man.
But I mean, yeah, I know there was the one where he went to go tackle and he led with the injured elbow, and that's when you saw him down on the ground for a little bit. But I mean, so that probably re-aggravated it a little bit, but it didn't seem like it affected him. The main thing that affected him was him making boneheaded mistakes that he should not be making this point in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed. Don, seeing that Josh Allen was on the injury list the whole week, it was pretty much a game-time decision to even start him. With the record, like I said before, where Buffalo stands right now, I know they lost to New York. I know they had that game with Miami, but do you think it was a wise decision for Buffalo to start him, especially with how much time is left in the season?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I saw him trending all week as possibly not playing. And with the other quarterback injuries that have happened through concussion and everything else, I would think they would be a little more conservative. But having him play, I heard someone talking today who was from what I remember correctly, a college baseball player that had the same type of injury. Mm-hmm. And he said what was really strange is he said there was no way I could throw a baseball with that, but I could throw a football. And it didn't cause me any pain. So it's just the throwing motion. So in that respect, I guess I'm not as surprised. I think they're just very fortunate it didn't get worse.
Yeah, they really are. Dante, let me ask. Like we said, he was on the injury report all week. It was a game-time decision. There were times where we saw Allen running the ball, and he was getting very physical. Let's be honest. When Allen's running that ball, he's not holding back. So do you think, with 7 games left, it was a smart decision to even start him and have him play?
Dude, it's always risky. I mean... But if so I'm always about hey, if it's a major injury, just sit. But then on the other side of it, this is the one exception to the rule. Think about how competitive their division is right now. They're 1 game, 2 games off of each other. 7-3 are the Dolphins, 6-3 are the Jets, 6-3 are the Bills, 5-4 are the Patriots. Anybody at the end of the season, this could be flip-flop. This could be Patriots, Bills, Jets, Dolphins at the end of the season. If things go weird. So if they were clearly winning the division, I would say, Josh, take a L, take a loss. I mean, you got Case Keenum. Case Keenum's known to win a couple games. He's a veteran in the league. You guys got all the weapons in the world to be successful. I don't know, man. This one's a coin flip for me. This one's a coin flip for me. I mean, if he felt good and he felt like he can suffer through it, it is what it is. But then here's the other side of it too. How many times do quarterbacks get hit in their arms from defenders and things like that, as they're throwing all the time? And it would take one tweak of that to mess up their whole entire season, to possibly mess up his whole entire career. You know what I'm saying? This is a very serious injury, and you can recover from any injury, hip injuries, all kinds of stuff. We've seen it with Patrick Mahomes, we've seen it with Tom Brady, we've seen it with all. But the thing is was the risk worth the reward having one more? I mean, right now they're sitting tied second in their division next to the Jets. So I don't know, man. This one is a very hard one for me to either side one way or the other. It's really all how Josh feels about it. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, would the Bills feel salty if something ever happened to him? They just paid him a lot of money too. So, you know, I don't know. It would be very hard.
It's kind of their future right there.
Do what?
I was saying that's kind of their future, right?
Oh, you sound like Optimus Prime again. It's how crazy is it that he leads the NFL in interceptions? Woo, Don.
I completely forgot about
Guru
that.
at it.
Yeah,
That's why we got the stats guru.
that's why we got the stats guru. All right, you're better now. Whatever you did, you fixed it.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think with this season specifically, when you look at the way NFL teams are taking care of their quarterbacks, they're not really doing that anymore. You know, the NFL talks about, player want to keep them healthy, but you saw Tua, you saw Justin Herbert. Now you're seeing Josh Allen. Carson Wentz even played through an injury. When he had that injured arm, he's still playing through it. When it's so early in the season, it makes no sense to try to get that win, because what happened with Buffalo? They ended up losing the game anyway. So Josh Allen went through all that, just like it was in the comments. He went at Eric Hendricks. You saw that. He lowered himself. He was acting like he was a running back. Josh Allen, when he plays all out. As a coach, as a medical staff, there's got to be a point where you got to hold them back at times. Like I said, this isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. We're talking about now we have 17 games plus the playoffs, and if you make that, you get to make it to the Super Bowl. But how exhausted are you going to be before you get there? You got to play this smart. Think about your player safety before anything else, because again, if your thought was you're going to try to get a win, that didn't work out. Your quarterback took how much punishment? We don't know if Josh Allen affected himself even worse now with everything that happened. We don't know if he's any worse now.
You know what, Vic? To add on to that real quick before you move on to the next question, the thing that I'll say about that with the whole re-injuring or keeping an injury or an injury never getting better, look at Andrew Luck. He retired because his injury to his ankle was just not getting better. It wasn't anything else. The dude had a lacerated spleen, broken bones here and there, played through all that. He was like, my ankle is not getting any better. I've let it rehab and I've let it do all this stuff, and I can't play through the pain anymore. So this might be an injury that just never gets better. He's throwing all year round. You know what I'm saying? And in different weather. And he plays in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Which could be either a good thing or a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The ice monster might get you, Josh. And, I would hate anything to happen to you. But I don't know. They might just have to chalk this season up to Josh has got to sit. We got to protect our future. Because protecting your investment at this point in time, you're paying him a lot of money to be your quarterback. I would tell him, now that I think about it a little bit more, just go ahead and sit, man. Like, it's okay. It's okay. This doesn't have to be our year. We got a lot of pieces in place that are going to be here for a very long time.
Yeah, you got to think about which window is smaller. The window to win a Super Bowl or the window to have a franchise quarterback. That's the risk reward you got to look at.